In this video, I will show you how to use a gradient effect like a pro. This technique will instantly transform your boring shapes into cinematic ones. So let's dive in. Hey there, I'm Sangeeta and welcome to Vertical Darts. Let's start by creating a shape. First, I will create a circle. Hold down Shift to draw a perfect circle. Next, I will rename it to circle. To center the anchor point, hold the Command key or Control on Windows and double-click the Pan Behind tool. Right now, it's just a plain circle. To give it a cinematic look, we will add a gradient effect. There are 3 ways to do this. Method 1, using the Fill option. Go to Fill, where you can choose between a linear gradient or radial gradient. For this example, I will use the linear gradient. By default, it adds black and white colors. To customize it, expand Gradient Fill 1. Change the fill rule to even odd. And click Edit Gradient under the Color section. Now you can choose colors for lighter and darker shades. I will go with light purple for the light shade and bluish purple for the darker shade. At this point, the circle has 2 distinct shades, but it doesn't look great yet. Let's fix that. Adjust the start point and end point to refine the color angles and positions. It's looking much better now. You can also switch to radial gradient to create a shiny highlighted spot on the circle. If you want to add more colors, click Edit Gradient again. When you see the hand icon, click to add another color point. Adjust their positions and choose colors that complement your design. The second method for adding a gradient effect is using the Effects and Presets panel. Search for gradient in the Effects and Presets panel. Select the 4-color gradient effect and double-click to apply it to your shape layer. By default, it adds 4 random colors. I prefer sticking to one color palette for consistency. Customize the colors to your liking. And move the 4 on-screen points to adjust the gradient's angle and positioning. However, keep in mind that this method applies the gradient to the entire composition, not just the shape layer. So, if you move the circle, the gradient effect will shift too. This could work if you are aiming for a specific dynamic effect. The third method for adding a gradient style is by using layer styles. Right-click on your layer, go to Layer Styles and select Gradient Overlay. This method is similar to the first one, but here you have direct control over the angle. You will also find additional style options. For example, switching to the reflected style creates a shiny metallic effect. You can even animate this effect by keyframing the offset. Pretty cool, right? Play around with the offset and angle to achieve different styles. Add more colors to enhance the gradient further. To elevate the design even further, let's enhance it with shadow and glow effects. Right-click, select Layer Styles and choose Inner Shadow. Close the gradient overlay and expand the inner shadow settings. Increase the choke to 20%. Modify the distance to position the shadow on one side of the circle. Change the angle to mimic light coming from the top left corner. And adjust the size. For a more realistic look, switch the shadow color to dark blue. Inner Glow. Right-click again, select Layer Styles and choose Inner Glow. Close the inner shadow settings and expand the inner glow options. Adjust the choke to 20% and increase the size. Change the color from pale yellow to light blue for a softer glow. Play with the size until you achieve the desired effect. I hope you learned something new today. Check out more After Effects tutorials on my channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.